Hello and welcome to my review of the Cheerson CX10 Nano Quadcopter. Okay, so here's the Cheerson CX10. Comes in a little, it is very small. It's noticeably smaller than the Liansheng LS111 I had before. I got a blue one, as you can see. Shows you available colours. I also at the same time bought this, which has got the little protection cage for the rotors. It's gone there, and it has some spares in it, and that's my cat. Cleo, I'm doing an unboxing. Go away. Go. Okay, so here is the internal packaging. So this looks like it just slides out from here. So we have the controller, which is basically identical to the one for the Liansheng. Feels pretty much the same, apart from the battery door and controls match excuse me, match the colour of the quadcopter itself. And then underneath in here we have all your bits. You've got the charging cable there, and you can see there's a couple of props, a couple of spare props in there as well. Have the user manual, which is good. And let's see how we get this off. A couple of twist things underneath, like so. Get that off without breaking the thing. So there it is. Well, I don't have big hands. This is absolutely tiny. Weighs nothing. Be interesting to see how well it flies. I can't imagine it's going to last more than a few minutes. But that's the battery in the bottom there. I'll just grab the LS111 so you can see the difference in size. Okay, so here is the Cheerson CX10, and here is my Liansheng LS111, which is the Hubsan Q4 clone. So it's definitely smaller. Height-wise, it's quite a bit smaller. Feels, I don't know, weight-wise, it's hard to tell. They're both so light. My scales are broken, but just in case you're interested, we have these two. Here is the JJRC H6C as a comparison, so it does kind of dwarf the other two. Okay, well, let's give it a charge and give it a fly and see what we think. Okay, so I'm going to use my Omega battery pack to charge the Cheerson CX10. So this little cable, have the side with the arrow is up, and you can see there's a sort of arrow sign on there. So you put that in there. It's not a very firm fitment. It doesn't click in very positively, so I have to make sure it doesn't fall out. And then I'm going to plug that into that and switch that on, and that lights up to say it is charging. Okay, charging has now finished, the light has gone off, so I shall disconnect these. See what I mean? That just falls out. This is mode 2, which is the most common, so throttle up and down, spin left and right, rotation, and then forward, back, left and right, as in like strafing, like so. So to pair this to the quadcopter, Handily, this has a little switch on it. Much prefer this rather than having to keep disconnecting batteries all the time. You switch that on. The lights on this are on the outside of the motor pods. So we'll put that down. We'll turn this on, and then you go up and down, and then that should be paired. Just switch a quadcopter on. Okay, we are good to go. Okay, that's on low rates, so to change the rates, I think you click the left stick. So you get 1, 2 and 3 beeps, depending on which rate you're in. So it's in low, medium is what it started on, I think. We'll go to high and see what difference that makes. Quite a bit. Okay, let's do a flip. To do a flip, you click the right stick to engage flip mode, and then it'll flip either way. So let's try that. Okay, do that again with that thing looks so tiny without the cage on it. So now you'll notice it will go up it's a lot more responsive, and you will get longer flight times with this, obviously. And it's a lot quicker to recover from flips. It's very stable. Such a tiny little thing. You can throw it. So you still need to give it a little bit of a boost to recover from flips, but not anywhere near as much as you do when it's got the cage on it. Now, if you're a complete beginner, it's recommended to buy the cage. It does not come with it. Okay, so overall I would definitely recommend getting the Cheerson CX10 as either a first nano-sized quad or as a first quad in general, but if it was your very first, I would recommend getting a prop guard for it, as seen here. It's remarkably stable for its size. I thought getting one this small would be a little bit gimmicky and not actually work very well, but that just is not the case. The battery life is not the best, and obviously because of the size of it, the battery being built into the bottom of it, it's not really replaceable. The time it would take you to take it apart and disconnect it and stuff, it'd be just as easy to just charge it and wait for 20 minutes. So, you know, that's a slight downside, but there are packaging limitations when you're building something that is this small. It's next to an iPod Classic. The only downside to the prop guard, obviously, is it adds weight, which means that the performance does suffer a little bit, and the battery life does as well. You're never going to get more than about 5 minutes out of this quad, probably near 4 to be honest. And adding this means 4 is probably the maximum you'll get with the prop guard on. It very much dulls the way it can gain altitude. You notice on full throttle it doesn't. It has quite an effect. However, that does mean that with it on and the sort of dulled performance, it's very good for beginners to sort of get used to it, and it won't be flying into the ceiling before they can sort of react and think what to do. I definitely recommend it. Very, very cheap. Mine cost me between £10 and £11. Prop guard I bought for about £3 in a pack, and that had some spare props and a couple of spare motors as well, which will be very useful. So for less than £15, I've got protection for it and spares, and batteries are built in. All you have to do is put some batteries in the controller, two AAAs. So yeah, it's a great fun little thing to have. Okay, that ends this review. Thanks for watching.